This is CBC Nova Scotia News.
Rural childcare. With few options available, this parent has to drive 45 minutes each way to take her daughter to daycare. Transplant wait. A Nova Scotia man inspires healthcare system change while waiting for surgery in Toronto. And holiday help. Charities wrap up one of their biggest weeks of the year.
A windy and rainy night. The rain clears, but the gusty winds stick around for Saturday and an active 7-day. Your full forecast is coming up.
Good evening. For many families in rural Nova Scotia, securing childcare can be a major challenge, some even driving hours for a spot. But the province says they're working to create more childcare spaces and are committing millions to do so. Selena Alders reports.
April Fleet is a full-time working mom who lives in Middle Musquodoboit. But before becoming a parent, she didn't realize how hard it would be to find childcare within her own rural community. The closest daycare with a space available for her 14-month-old daughter is 45 minutes away.
My poor little baby spends over 10 hours in the car every week, so she's watching a lot of iPad shows on her commute. We're singing lots of songs trying to keep her happy.
That's because Fleet lives in what the Canadian Centre for Policy Alternatives calls a childcare desert.
We call it a desert if there are 3 or more children who would be competing, shall we say, for a childcare space, which really means that it's very difficult for families to access that care.
According to CCPA, 34% of non-school-aged kids in Nova Scotia live in a childcare desert. 36% live in an area with inadequate coverage, and the remaining 30% live in a place that meets the federal government's target of 5.9 daycare spaces per 10 children.
I know a lot of people that just had to quit their jobs and just didn't return to work because they couldn't find daycare, and I don't think that's right. I think it's really limiting to families in rural communities who want to start a family.
In hopes of addressing this, the Minister of Education says there are currently a number of daycare expansion projects underway to the tune of $50 million.
Personally, I don't want people driving that far. We want childcare accessible right in their community, and that's why we have all these projects complete or in the process of being completed.
The province has committed to creating 9,500 new daycare spaces by March 2026 and says it's on track to do so. For families like April Fleet's, those new spaces can't come soon enough. Selena Alders, CBC News, Halifax.
A 42-year-old Lake Loon man is facing an attempted murder charge after shots were fired at a woman in East Preston on Thursday. Police say it is the latest case of intimate partner violence in the province. RCMP officers responded to a report of shots fired at a vehicle in the 1600 block of Highway 7 just before 9 a.m. Police say a woman was driving south when a man got out of his vehicle and fired shots in her direction. The woman was not injured. Colin Edward O'Malley, who is known to the woman, fled the scene. He was eventually arrested. People connected to the lobster fishery in southwest Nova Scotia say this season is one of the most challenging in recent memory. It started with 25% tariffs from China on Canadian seafood exports. Since the season opened a few weeks ago in lobster fishing areas 33 and 34, fishermen have contended with inconsistent quality and low prices. The situation is also affecting buyers and exporters.
We sell what we call the undesirables to processors. There's a financial challenge there because we lose anywhere from $1.50 to about $3 a pound sending lobster for processing as opposed to sending it to the market.
Some fishermen are calling for similar support to what the federal government has offered workers in other affected sectors. The MP, whose riding covers most of LFA 34, says if tariffs cannot be removed, financial support needs to be pursued.
The whole system is under a challenge right now. So I think we need to be able to look at that as a whole system rather than just one group over another. And, again, this is one of those mechanisms where I think we need to bring in some people to sit around a table and come up with some kind of solution.
D'Entremont, Lamont, and fishermen who talked with CBC News this week say the situation warrants sector-wide talks about how to ensure long-term sustainability. Well, Nova Scotia Power is preparing for high winds as storms bear down on the province. The utility has activated its Emergency Operations Centre with strong winds forecasted for much of the province tonight. Officials say power outages are expected. The Emergency Operations Centre coordinates workers from all parts of the utility on storm response efforts. Yep, the wind is already blowing a gale out there tonight, Ryan.
Yeah, absolutely, Amy, and a number of outages already, and that risk for power outages will continue throughout this evening. The wind warnings are still in effect across Nova Scotia as of this evening, and a rainfall warning in effect for central towards eastern areas of the province and into Cape Breton. Timing out the winds, the strongest winds will be this evening. Through the mid to late evening is when I think we'll see the peak of those winds across most of the province. Tapering off towards the early overnight for western areas, and then Cape Breton will be the last to see those strongest winds easing through the early morning hours of Saturday. But behind that main line of southerly winds, gusting 80 to 100, even 110 along parts of the coast, will be the westerly winds, which are going to be ushering in on Saturday. We're looking at widespread gusts in the 60 to 80 kilometer per hour range on Saturday, tapering off towards the later part of the day. Calmer into Sunday, but an active 7-day. We'll talk about that coming up, Amy.
All right, lots on the go. Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you.
A North Preston man who shared the difficulties of having to refer himself to a hospital in another province for life-saving surgery has helped create change at Nova Scotia Health. As the CBC's Elizabeth Chu tells us, a doctor in this province heard his plight here on CBC and has announced a new system that's already made it easier for patients coming after Samuel.
Samuel Provo-Benoit is excited to celebrate Christmas with family in North Preston, but also desperately hoping to head to Toronto for life-saving organ transplant surgery.
Well, still waiting for the call. The only progress or movement that I have so far is that I'm next on the list.
An unusual situation because he called up Toronto General Hospital himself without a Nova Scotia doctor's referral for kidney and pancreas transplant surgery to rid him of debilitating type 1 diabetes. This fall, he told CBC about what it's like to do this on his own.
I didn't know all of the steps and the workup and stuff that it took for a transplant to actually happen. So yeah, it was scary at first, very nerve-wracking.
Since your story went public, have you heard from the medical community here in Nova Scotia?
When I came into the appointment, one of the doctors that was attending to me, she was like, "Oh, we have the head doctor of transplant. He wants to talk to you." I was like, "He wants to talk to me?"
That doctor is George Worthen, a kidney specialist and the medical lead of the kidney transplant program in Halifax.
Hey, Sam.
How are you?
Good. Can hear you loud and clear.
Great.
Yeah, I want to say a big thank you for bringing this to our attention and for working with me.
The two met to talk about the challenges he's faced. Provo-Benoit described hiccups, such as showing up here at Dartmouth General Hospital's blood collection clinic with this requisition form from Ontario. It caused confusion. Worthen says he's working to smooth out the process for Provo-Benoit.
I think the big thing here is that he's got a team locally that's looking at things very closely to make sure that tests and investigations don't fall through the cracks.
And he shared this.
We've been able to create a process so that physicians can refer patients directly. And just in the last week or two, we had our first physician-initiated referral sent to the kidney pancreas program in Toronto.
Oh, that's awesome.
While Provo-Benoit waits for the call about surgery, knowing that his voice has helped others, he says is a gift.
I'm elated with this, actually. I'm very happy with this news that, the doctors shared. So even if I don't get the call for Christmas, I'm still grateful that I'm being a part of such a major change in the healthcare system.
Elizabeth Chu, CBC News, Halifax.
Charities that support families over the holidays are wrapping up one of their busiest weeks of the year. In Halifax, volunteers have spent days delivering food baskets, toys, and gift cards to hundreds. Some say there's been a shocking increase in need this year. Carolyn Ray reports.
Okay, guys.
It's time for some heavy lifting. Dozens of volunteers ready to go as the Parker Street Food and Furniture Bank hands out its Christmas baskets. And this year, the need is big. 800 people lined up outside of the forum, grateful for the helping hand. And that doesn't include the hundreds of boxes that were delivered earlier in the week. The organizers say this year, there's a lot of new faces in line.
We're getting a lot of people this year who maybe it's their first time getting a Christmas hamper, or this time of year, we also get a lot of people who maybe don't come to us for regular food boxes through the year, but then around Christmas time, they just don't have the extra to make something happen for the family. So we get a lot of those kind of folks too, and it's really special to be able to give people that little extra bridge to cover the gap at Christmas time.
Each box is filled with all the fixings for a holiday meal. There's toys for the kids too. This room is the result of months of collecting donations, big and small, and while Parker Street volunteers want to help more families, they simply can't fit more donations in the space. Their New Year's resolution is to come up with an expansion plan for next year.
It's so great that we're able to help in even just the smallest ways that we can.
Demand this year has certainly increased, and I'm sure that that's not going to be a surprise to anybody who may be listening right now, because we are all feeling a stretch with our finances with the increased costs everywhere.
On the other side of the city, the Salvation Army's campaign is in its final days. Families can shop for toys to put under the tree as the volunteers sort through thousands of donations. Last year, 2,400 families used this program. This year, there's been a surge in last-minute applications. The need is nearly double.
I think it's economy. I think it's just the need. I think just prices in food have increased. And, one thing I hear a lot is, do I pay for rent or do I pay for Christmas?
As they keep hustling to help, the charities say there is a comforting side to this all. While the need is up, so are donations. And they're hoping that the increase in generosity will be enough to ensure that no one is left off their list this year. Carolyn Ray, CBC News, Halifax.
Well, speaking of giving, donating toys and spreading joy at hospitals is common around the holidays. But one woman in Cape Breton has been doing it for 4 years in a row. Anna Rack reports.
A week before Christmas, Leah LeBlanc drove a truckload of toys to the Cape Breton Regional Hospital. Cart full of teddy bears, dolls, Lego, and toy sets. She took them up to the pediatrics floor.
I know sometimes people have it worse off, and it just means a lot to be able to bring them a little bit of joy over the holidays, seeing they may not be at the happiest place in the world. So just to bring a little bit of joy means a lot.
It all started when she was 15. She told her parents she didn't want Christmas gifts that year. She was inspired by a Disney TV show called Jessie. The kids in the show had everything they ever wanted and wanted to give back.
So my first year, I was fortunate enough to have a lot for Christmas. I've always been very lucky, and I didn't really know what to ask for, but I knew I wanted to do something to give back. So I asked my parents if they would take some of the money they had set aside for me and to use it to purchase gifts for the Cape Breton Regional Hospital.
This year, for the first time since COVID, she was finally able to deliver the presents herself. She says it's a feeling she'll never forget.
It was awesome to see kids' faces, and parents were so grateful just to have stuff. And they had mentioned that they've been fortunate enough to receive some stuff from the hospital already, so it's awesome to hear that the goodness keeps going around.
The pediatrics floor staff say they love being able to give the kids something to open on Christmas morning.
So exciting for them, they're away from home or for their families, and so having something simple and special for them to open up is really, really wonderful.
It means the world to the kids right now, like they're going through some hardships, and just any of those little bit of feel-good things that can make all the difference, especially in their healing process.
This year, LeBlanc raised $1,200. $800 was spent on gifts, and the rest was donated to the Hospital Foundation. Anna Rack, CBC News, Sydney.
Merry Christmas!
Looking festive on Carney Lake Road, Ryan is up next with his forecast.
This weather update is brought to you in part by Atlantic Lottery's iGames. Play hundreds of games on the Atlantic Lottery app or at alc.ca.
All right, a dark and stormy night out there. Nova Scotia Power reporting about 34,000 customers don't have electricity right now, so those winds are picking up.
Yeah, and I'm expecting that number will climb. The bulk of the peak winds just starting to move over the province as we speak, and so we've got a long evening ahead. We'll time out those winds one more time. Let's first take a look at the temperatures. And these southerly winds are really pumping in the mild stuff. 14 in Kentville and Greenwood right now. Double digits pretty much across the board. Canso, the holdout there at 9, but likely to see the temperatures climb there as well. Sustained winds, 40, 50, 60 kilometer per hour sustained winds, a 67 at last check. Westport of Briar Island, and gusting there to 83 kilometers per hour. We're gusting to 80 in Halifax. I can tell you, though, the weather station here at the CBC near the Arm has already had a peak gust of 89 kilometers per hour. So we're starting to get into those strongest winds, and it is here in these contours that we're likely to see those peak winds moving out of the Gulf of Maine and across the province over the next 5-6 hours here. We are looking at the wind warnings in effect across the province, rainfall warnings in effect, central and eastern areas. That's our best shot of getting those totals up into towards the 25 to 30 millimeter range. Most of us in that 10 to 30 millimeter range for tonight, which will bring the risk of some localized flooding and pooling water, especially in areas with poor drainage. Some bands of heavier rain starting to approach as well, but this is where the bulk of that wet weather is going to be climbing up from the Gulf of Maine and across the province, along with those strongest wind gusts. Winds gusty on the other side of this system as well, and things are going to stay active over the next few days as systems ride along this jet stream and shoot through the region. Look at the differences. Minus 21 in Edmonton, Halifax at 12 degrees, as we said. We are the warmest spot in the country right now across Nova Scotia by a long shot. There are the rainfall totals by Saturday morning. Again, 10 to 30. This section here under that rainfall warning, most likely to get up to that 25 to 30 millimeter range. 25 millimeters, by the way, is warning criteria once we've entered the winter season. Temperatures by tomorrow morning, 1-2 degrees central and east, 4 to 6 degrees in the west. And note that the bulk of that wet weather, along with the peak winds, moving out by 5-6 a.m. Lingering shower and flurries for Saturday morning. And we are looking at those temperatures that are going to be ticking down again into the low single digits by Saturday morning. Note by lunchtime, we're falling below the freezing mark for the northwest, and then we'll slide below the freezing mark by 5 p.m. for most of us. So we could see some icy patches developing on Saturday afternoon, so a heads up on that. Just be careful and make sure you've got some salt or sand to make sure you treat your walkway. The winds tomorrow, as I mentioned earlier, are going to be gusting 60 to 80 kilometers per hour in the morning and then tapering off. Here's another timeline of those winds. So the peak winds 80 to 100. Even stronger along exposed areas for this evening. Note by 11 o'clock, starting to already see that shift to southwesterlies for the west. And then those peak winds will ease as we work our way by 2 a.m. across the mainland. Still really gusting across Cape Breton. Lace wet winds tonight, 130. And then into the Saturday time frame, I think tomorrow morning, still gusting 50 to 60, and then forecast models pretty consistent mid to late morning of seeing this push of this 60 to 80 kilometer per hour, a couple of hours of these strongest gusts into the early afternoon, and then starting to taper off, and Cape Breton finally departing Cape Breton through the evening. Couple of systems to watch into the long range. So this one here moving in for Sunday will bring just some scattered showers, maybe a few flurries Sunday morning. And then behind that system, we're going to get into some flurries blowing in those northerly winds on Monday. Could see a snow squall or two setting up for Inverness and even into the North Shore if you're traveling Monday afternoon into Tuesday as well. As you can see, the model kind of indicating these squalls. Tuesday night, this is the 23rd into the 24th. If you were traveling, be mindful that the forecast model is kind of doubling down over the last 24 hours of a system that could bring some shovel-worthy snowfall, significant snow possible with this, into Christmas Eve on Wednesday before departing into Christmas Day. So lots to keep track of here. The onshore flurries Monday, Tuesday night into Wednesday, that system. Again, still uncertainty, but that's looking more likely. And then another system Friday, Boxing Day. That one still up in the air as well, but active storm track here over the next week or so, so do be safe. Anna.
Yes, definitely keep all of that in mind. All right, thanks, Ryan.
Thank you.
Well, this holiday season, a Nova Scotia woman continues her mission to turn a family tragedy into a gift for others in need. The CBC's Alex Guy joined Patricia McNeil as she rolls out her initiative, Jammies for Grammies and Grampies. Have a look.
Hey, Branny. It is Friday, December the 19th, and where are we going?
We're off to deliver the first batch of jammies.
Well, I started it the first year that we lost our daughter, and I needed a way to get through Christmas and to honor her. If you were on our Christmas list, you knew you were getting pajamas for Christmas, so we thought we'll take a small wing of a small seniors home and we'll give them all pajamas. So then my friends and family heard about it, and it grew from there. It just kept snowballing. So I think that year we did 4 or 5. The following year we added more. This is our 5th year, and now we're up to 13 homes and well over 1,000 jammies. Well, when we initially started, like I said, it was just going to be a family tribute to our daughter. And it just kept growing, and I never expected it to grow this big. But the people, our community is just so loving, and they just come together and they want to support. Like I said, I just never dreamed that it would grow this big, and it keeps going, so I'm going to need some big help. I can see it going throughout the whole province eventually. I know I have some interest in other areas that want to help us out and take us on. I'm now getting calls from the homes, whereas before I would contact the home and ask if we would be able to provide them with jammies. Now they're calling us and saying, how did we get on your list? Everybody that hears about it wants a piece and wants a part. And I just find it amazing that people are so caring. There's love out there, and our world is good, believe it or not. And Christmas brings out the best in everybody. Alyssa would be so proud of what her angels are doing. If she was here right now, she'd be right in the middle of it, of course. And I want people to know too, it's not us that give the jammies, it's the angels, and the angels deserve all the credit. We just provide them with their names and organize the things, and they do the rest. Well, we wrap and deliver.
Coming up, we take a look back on this year's major weather events and what they tell us about climate change. This year, the planet saw ferocious fires, monster storms, and epic floods, including here in Canada. But there were some climate bright spots in 2025 as well.
Myself and fellow CBC meteorologist Johanna Wagstaff joined What on Earth host Laura Lynch to break down how human-caused climate change influenced this year's weather. Have a look.
There was no shortage of stories this year that demonstrate just how significantly human-caused climate change is affecting our weather. So, Ryan, I want to start with you and the situation in Atlantic Canada. Can you tell us about what happened there this year?
We had a really, really bad season, the worst, as you mentioned, on record for Newfoundland and Labrador, where 18,000 hectares burned in Newfoundland and Labrador. The largest fire was near Conception Bay North. Hundreds of people were evacuated. There were dozens of home loss. There was another fire that was near St. John's. There were fires in New Brunswick, Miramichi, areas near Miramichi had to be evacuated. And of course, here in my home province of Nova Scotia, coming off the heels of what was a really, really bad fire season in 2023. So we were already kind of on edge. And then, of course, the drought got worse and worse. The government actually took a bit of criticism at the time and banned all activity in the woods. You couldn't go in the woods. You couldn't go hiking. Ultimately, it was a lightning strike that caused the fire near Long Lake, which burned to near 8,000 hectares, destroyed 20 homes, and forced 1,000 people to evacuate.
And as you say, the word that links all of that together is drought. How did 2025 compare to recent years?
British Columbia has had a rough sort of 5-year period where we're breaking these all-time numbers, and so we were still well above seasonal for fire starts. We had fewer fire starts than the past couple of years, but we still managed to burn over 886,000 hectares.
And in the rest of Western Canada?
This is where we really saw the fire season start, early in Manitoba and Saskatchewan. In fact, by mid-June, it was the fires in Manitoba, particularly around Flin Flon, that led to thousands of people being evacuated. It was by mid-June that already authorities were saying this was likely going to be the second worst fire season ever on record for the country. So we were making that call at the beginning of the season because of those fires in Manitoba and Saskatchewan that virtually burnt for the entire season. And it was those fires that also led to the smoke that we saw through most of the country.
And this year, Hurricane Melissa quickly became a ferocious storm that battered Jamaica. Can you take us through what happened there?
The stats from Melissa really are incredible. It underwent, of course, rapid intensification from a tropical storm to a Category 5 in just hours, right? And you think about what ultimately led to that. So just absolutely exceptional heat, ocean heat, that the storm passed through waters with sea surface temperatures that were near 30 degrees. So that's about 1.5 degrees above average. But what made this storm a little bit different was how deep that water, that warm ocean water was. There was, and actually I should mention this stat, these warm ocean conditions were estimated to be 500 to 900 times more likely due to human-caused climate change. Wow. We now know it became the third most intense Atlantic hurricane on record, as well as the most intense on record at landfall in the Atlantic Basin.
Johanna, you had your eye on the Philippines,
yes,
which has been hit by a number of typhoons this year. Can you tell us about the situation there?
Almost all of the typhoons that hit the Philippines went through this rapid intensification process. We had 14 typhoons in the Eastern Pacific Basin. 13 out of the 14 hit the Philippines. And these names probably ring a bell to people, following the news over the past year. Typhoon Ragasa, strongest storm of the year early in the season, followed by Typhoon Kalmegi, followed by Typhoon Fangwang, hitting the Philippines over and over again before they had a chance to recover.
Okay, we were talking about extremes, fast-moving fires, powerful storms. But Ryan, what have you seen in the past year that kind of illustrates some of the slower moving shifts?
Really, insects come to mind more than anything.
Gosh.
We had a brutal summer here with Japanese beetles, which, as I have learned, are flourishing now because we just don't get the cold in the wintertime here. They're surviving through the winter season, and they were wreaking havoc on my garden and numerous other gardens here in Nova Scotia. And don't get me started on ticks.
Oh, boy. That is a serious problem, though, isn't it?
Every time I take the dog for for a walk in the woods. We come home and it's a tick check, and I've pulled, just over the last few weeks, I've pulled 4 or 5 ticks off my dog. So
Wow.
they're getting worse, and it is again directly linked to our warmer winters here, which are those cold winters used to wipe the ticks out. That's just not happening anymore.
Okay, you guys are sharing all of your great intelligence with us, but now I want to talk about artificial intelligence, generative AI. It's such a big story this year.
So AI is the fastest moving tool in our toolbox. And I think 2025 was really the year that weather agencies tested it in real time. The European model, one of our favorites, Ryan and I, has started integrating AI. The National Hurricane Center, this was the year they tested it alongside. I don't think that AI will ever fully replace physics-based models yet. They're always going to need something to learn off of, but they will certainly augment and improve them, in my opinion.
As Johanna said, processing so quickly, now instead of picking, we got a snowstorm coming in, instead of picking between 2 or 3 models, now we are going to have 4, 5, 6, 7 models. I'm not sure that makes my job any easier.
I thank you both, CBC meteorologist Johanna Wagstaff in Vancouver and Ryan Snoddon in Halifax. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Coming up, the EU commits more than $100 billion to Ukraine as Russian President Vladimir Putin makes his annual address. And the U.S. Justice Department has until midnight to release all of its files on convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Welcome back. European leaders are offering a multi-billion-dollar loan to Ukraine, a lifeline for the country in its ongoing war with Russia. The announcement comes on the same day Russian President Vladimir Putin has his year-end address. The CBC's Briar Stewart reports.
In his annual marathon news conference, Vladimir Putin spoke for hours, but mostly repeated the same messages he's been delivering for years. He said Russia does not consider itself responsible for the loss of life in Ukraine, claiming it didn't start the war. But it is, of course, Russia that has been trying to seize an even greater part of Ukraine, leaving embattled cities in ruin. This is Kostiantynivka in the Donetsk region. The burnt-out equipment shows the ferocity of the fighting here. So too do the freshly dug graves. The sound of drones overhead is so constant that the few still living here simply carry on. The Russians hit over there. It's always like this, said this man. On Friday, EU leaders agreed to loan Ukraine 90 billion euros or 145 billion Canadian dollars over the next 2 years. But the bloc didn't agree on the contentious issue of using the frozen Russian assets.
Ukraine will only repay this loan once Russia pays reparations.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky was in Poland thanking Kyiv's allies. Around the same time, Ukraine's intelligence service released this video, saying for the first time it used aerial drones to target a Russian shadow tanker in the Mediterranean Sea. Putin claims Russia is ready for peace, saying it's now up to Ukraine and its Western allies. The U.S. continues to steer negotiations with talks scheduled for this weekend, but it's Moscow that still refuses to agree to even a temporary ceasefire. Briar Stewart, CBC News, London.
The U.S. Department of Justice has released a trove of documents related to the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The U.S. Deputy Attorney General told an American news outlet that hundreds of thousands of documents would be made public, but not the entire cache to protect victims' privacy. Chris Reyes has the latest from New York.
The Department of Justice has released part of the Epstein file, posting it on their website with this disclaimer that all reasonable efforts have been made to review and redact personal information about victims and other private individuals.
Today marks the deadline set by Congress to release the Epstein files in its entirety. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche has already said that that's not possible given how much they have to redact to protect victims. But he did say that some of it will be released today and more next week.
The most important thing that the Attorney General has talked about, that Director Patel has talked about, is that we protect victims. And so what we're doing is we are looking at every single piece of paper that we are going to produce, making sure that every victim, their name, their identity, their story, to the extent it needs to be protected, is completely protected.
This file potentially has tens of thousands of pages gathered over a period of 2 years as part of the investigation into Jeffrey Epstein, which led to his conviction. He was found guilty of sex offenses involving a minor, and more charges followed after that. But these files were never brought out in court because Epstein died in prison before his latest case could go to trial. While we don't know what's in this file, new photos have already been released in recent weeks that show Epstein with some very famous people, including President Trump, former President Bill Clinton, Bill Gates, Richard Branson, Trump's strategist Steve Bannon, Prince Andrew. We've also seen photos inside his home on his private island, travel documents, a screenshot of a text message talking about paying money for girls. Those photos were part of a batch of 98,000 images that belonged to the Epstein estate obtained by lawmakers. The Democrats that have been most vocal in getting these files released say the photos and images raise a lot of questions about what the DOJ has in their hands.
Congress could try to find the Department of Justice in contempt, the Attorney General, the Deputy Attorney General. But if they're acting in good faith, if they're trying very hard, sincerely, if you will, to comply with the congressional mandate, then I think a court is going to cut them some slack.
The DOJ was compelled by a bipartisan bill to release the Epstein files by today, a bill signed by President Trump 30 days ago. Chris Reyes, CBC News, New York.
Ontario and New York are teaming up. They've signed an agreement to work together on developing nuclear power.
This deal will see Ontario share our world-class expertise in large-scale reactors as well as small modular reactors with the great state of New York.
Premier Doug Ford and New York Governor Kathy Hochul say the Memorandum of Understanding will help meet growing energy demands. The two regions will share expertise, resources, and innovation, along with training, financing, and developing facilities. The cross-border agreement comes as Canada continues to face trade hostility from the U.S., something both the New York Governor and Premier expressed concern about. Meanwhile, that tariff war is leading to lots of extra paperwork in order for Canadian companies to avoid costly penalties. Some have had to hire extra staff to manage the additional and often changing administrative tasks. The CBC's Chris Ensing reports.
At North America's busiest border crossing, thousands of trucks are screened daily. Some are sent into secondary for x-rays. Others unload skids into a Detroit warehouse. U.S. Customs and Border Protection hunting for potential tariff evasion.
And that's what they will be doing, is they'll just say this is an auto part, bypassing the steel tariffs currently.
This company may be incorrectly claiming an exemption under CUSMA instead of the 50% steel tariff. Officials will investigate and could lay an enforcement action. That's the tariff with interest and a fine. The investigation comes down to paperwork that was once a routine task, now a high-risk activity.
If you get them wrong, you need to be able to prove that it was merely administrational oversight and that there was nothing malicious behind the mistake. That's something that's new in the past few months.
Historically, getting paperwork wrong was looked at as an administrative error. A company could face a penalty, but there was no tariff to enforce. Penalties continue at nearly the same rate year over year, but the cost to companies is on the rise.
Mistakes are more dangerous now than they were in the past.
Tariffs have led to layoffs at this Ontario auto parts plant, but the paperwork required for cross-border shipping, it's led to 2 new hires.
Not only is the money, it is the tension, the stress it creates.
Back at the warehouse, between skids, they take calls seeking clarity on complex tariff classifications.
I can find something wrong one day and it's worth like, I don't know, $1,000 in extra duty. But then the next day I get back $2,000 because the law is changing.
An example of the shifting nature of cross-border shipping amid trade uncertainty. Chris Ensing, CBC News, Detroit.
British Columbia could face more flooding in the days ahead. The forecast is calling for heavy rain, wind, and snow, and it comes as the province is still recovering from several powerful storm systems known as atmospheric rivers, which scientists warn are becoming stronger. Tanya Fletcher explains.
24 minis, a dozen short, and 24 long is the next order.
Staff at this umbrella warehouse have never been busier. The company supplies umbrellas to hundreds of retailers, these days moving 10,000 a week.
It's just been rapid fire of getting umbrellas into the stores, and they're leaving the stores as quickly as they are going in.
While Vancouver is known for its rain, the specific weather system responsible for this week's flooding is becoming more common.
We have seen an overall increase in the number of atmospheric rivers in Western Canada.
An atmospheric river is a large, narrow stream of water vapor in the atmosphere. It can stretch on for kilometers, and climate scientists say we can expect to see more of them.
A warmer atmosphere can hold more water vapor, and so that is a signature of climate change on Canada's climate that we are starting to see and we expect to intensify going forward.
Atmospheric rivers are a part of this region's natural cycle. They supply up to 90% of the yearly precipitation for the Pacific Northwest, and they're critical in maintaining Canada's water supply. But they can be problematic.
We really saw the impacts of what happens when we get consecutive storms, one after another.
That's what contributed to the Fraser Valley flooding this time and the historic floods here of 2021. Experts say governments need to be prepared.
There needs to be a lot of planning and redesigning of infrastructure so our bridges, our dams can accommodate greater flood levels.
7 more orders to do.
Back at the Umbrella Warehouse, this prolonged wet weather is extending their peak season.
So our high season really can start October, and we can run all the way through now until the end of May.
For them, a shifting business model based solely on the forecast. Tanya Fletcher, CBC News, Vancouver.
Some things are timeless. Christmas is one, chocolate at Christmas is another. But it has been a challenging year in chocolate production. The CBC's Jeremy Warren looks at the impact on some small businesses in Saskatchewan.
The Christmas rush is on for Vanessa Liang, aka the Foodie Farm Babe. The Saskatoon oncology pharmacist makes luxury chocolate bars to sell online during the holidays. This year, she moved her chocolate laboratory from the garage to the basement. The upgraded kitchen made whipping up batches of bars go smoother, but this year was a rocky road for chocolatiers.
I'm not shipping to the U.S. this year. That's definitely the biggest impact, I think, with the whole tariffs and trade war situation.
Liang says some of her friends with similar side hustles made the same choice. The payoff wasn't worth the hassle of figuring out the new shipping rules. Chocolatiers also had to contend with the environment. Bad weather and crop disease curtailed cocoa production this year.
I was already buying very, very expensive chocolate because I wanted people to be able to experience, really specialty flavors here. But this year was the first time I saw pricing actually be significant from what I paid in previous years.
Hardin & House has made Belgian-style chocolates in Saskatoon for over 4 decades. The holiday season is as busy as usual, but the store did make some changes this year.
It's been actually, to be totally honest, a little bit stressful on both sides of the counter because we had to adjust our retail pricing, but of course, in the back end of the business, we're paying a much higher price for chocolate.
Hardin says shoppers these days are more inclined to buy local, and his chocolates are a staple in many homes around the holidays.
People still want to have those things that they've built traditions on, so from that point of view, we're having a great season.
So while this year's economic turbulence has left chocolatiers with a bit of a bitter aftertaste, a busy Christmas season will melt away any worries about business slowing down. Jeremy Warren, CBC News, Saskatoon.
This weather update is brought to you in part by Atlantic Lottery's iGames. Play hundreds of games on the Atlantic Lottery app or at alc.ca.
All right, I just took a peek out at the window, and yeah, the leaves, or well, no leaves, but the branches anyway, they're swaying pretty good.
Yeah, lots of outages, tens of thousands of customers without power already this evening, and we're obviously going to be looking at that possibility to continue through this evening across the mainland of Nova Scotia and into the overnight for Cape Breton. First, let's have a look at our viewer picture of the day. And let's zoom in. We've got a beautiful shot here. That's not where this one is from. Sorry, Terry McCauley with this great shot.
Beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely terrific shot. I'm trying to remember where Terry sent the photo. I loaded this in this morning, and it's been a long day tracking these winds. Terry with a beautiful shot nonetheless.
In Nova Scotia.
In Nova Scotia somewhere. Any town, Nova Scotia.
Exactly.
Yes. Thank you to Terry for sharing this. Long day tracking these winds indeed. And as we look at the winds from the south, note that they're peaking over the next few hours. By 11 o'clock, starting to see some relief for you folks in the west, the Tri-County area, and then into the east, we are looking at the winds easing across the mainland just after the overnight hour and then into the midnight hour, that is, and Cape Breton will linger into the wee morning hours of Saturday. And then those strong west winds are going to be funneling in tomorrow behind the system, gusting 60, 70, even 80 along parts of the coast, and then the winds finally back off into Sunday. So there goes the low. A weak system tracking into the region Sunday will bring some light snowfall to New Brunswick, just showers for Nova Scotia. Onshore flurries and some squalls setting up Monday into early Tuesday, and then that next system late Tuesday, that's the 23rd into the 24th. If you're dreaming of a white Christmas, that might just be what you're waiting for.
Some kids had their fingers crossed,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. All right, well, with less than a week left until Christmas, one can't blame Santa Claus for having cold feet. But Father Christmas and Mrs. Claus have cheer to spread, even underwater. The iconic couple donned more than the red suits to plunge into the holiday mood. They even brought a Christmas tree along to this marine aquarium in Rio de Janeiro.
The organizers hope Santa swimming with sharks, manta rays, and fish will help conservation efforts while lifting everyone's spirits.
He's everywhere, so
Yes.
she. All right, that is it for us tonight. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Good night.